There is one thing Google has done every year without a shadow of a doubt, and that is question which of their new phones you should get. On one hand, they have the Pixel 8, which is a cheaper price, has a smaller form factor, but it's not the best in hardware and software. Then there is the Pixel 8 Pro that has all those things, but there's just something wrong. I don't know, there's something that makes people not see this phone as desirable for some reason anyway. But with a new June feature drop update, the question remains, has Google finally succeeded with the Pixel 8 Pro? These are the questions that I am hoping to address in this video. Let's get into it. Hey guys, my name is KJ, and I want to quickly cover the hardware improvements between the older Pixel 7 Pro and the differences with the smaller Pixel 8. And one thing I have to give credit to Google for is making small but incremental changes to their designs each year to give it some sort of a fresh look. Now, they did a great job with the Pixel 8 Pro because this is ergonomically friendly, or should I say friendlier than, the almost square-shaped design on the Pixel 7 Pro. The flat display with the rounded corners sits very well within the palm of my hand, and there is no fear that this will fall on the floor or on my face at any given time. And that is great if you do not like putting a case on your phone. The Pixel 8 Pro's matte finish is also a welcome addition in my opinion. That glass back wasn't really doing it for me because it attracted a lot of ugly smudges to your phone, so you have to constantly keep cleaning it over and over again. But with a matte finish, you don't really have to do that, which is a plus in my opinion. It is also not the heaviest phone, nor is it the lightest phone at the same time, but the 217 grams strikes a nice balance for the average consumer. The camera design is where those incremental changes I talked about is more fixated on, and I kind of preferred this, to be fair, but there are two issues that I have with it. And the first one being is that the design allows for a lot of dust to be on the top of your camera bar at any given time, so you need to clean that constantly. And secondly, the camera bar itself is metallic, or is it aluminum? Either way, this should be a matte finish because the Pixel 8 has a matte finish, so everything should just be uniformed. Again, I don't know what Google was doing, because this is just 5 months in and there are a ton of scratches at the back of my phone. I'm just hoping Google changes this with the Pixel 9 Pro. The fingerprint sensor, again, is still average. With so many updates, this is clearly a hardware problem more than anything else. Now, even though this is an optical fingerprint scanner, I believe that there are different levels to your fingerprint scanner itself, because I have used the Redmi Note 13 Pro Plus, and that was super fast. With the Pixel 8 Pro, it takes a firm stamp before it even opens up your phone, and this is so different than the good or the great ultrasonic fingerprint reader on the Galaxy S24 Ultra. And this is why Face Unlock has been the primary way of unlocking my phone in the past 8 or 9 months. The display is also one of its biggest upgrades if you compare it to the Pixel 7 Pro. The brightness went from 1500 nits to 2400 nits, so those visibility issues that I had last summer has been completely wiped out. So it also has a 120 Hz refresh rate, so that makes scrolling and the general interaction with your phone feel very smooth. But over time, I noticed it feels, how do I say this? The 120 Hz refresh rate is only on the Google made apps, so you have things like your Chrome, your calendar, your YouTube, and many others. But once you get into third-party apps like your Facebook or your Reddit or even your Twitter, and yes, I still call it Twitter, you start noticing those little stutters that are annoying. Also, another thing is, outside the box, the Pixel 8 Pro boots up with only 120 Hz turned off, so you have to go into your settings and turn it on. Ultimately, by 2024 standards, the display is pretty good, and most won't really run into any issues. And if you're still watching, a like and a sub to the channel would be appreciated. I am so close to 30,000 subs, so thank you guys for your support. It does mean a lot. Over time, there have been software updates, and this time around, they just happened to drop their June feature drop updates with a few features that will enhance your Pixel experience. And I think the most noticeable ones are the Find My Pixel phone and mystery caller. So just like the iPhone, finding your phone when the battery is dead is now on your Pixel devices. So if you ever get your phone stolen and your thieves or the thieves should turn off your phone, you can still get it tracked and find them and get it back. There is also the other feature called mystery caller. So if you live in the US or you live in Canada, you already know the amount of spam calls that we get on a regular basis. Google already does a great job in filtering those spam calls out, but this goes the extra step to just know who is calling your phone after the fact. Other feature drop updates pertain to the Pixel tablets or your Pixel Buds Pro and the Pixel Watch, with the Pixel Watch having the ability to control your smart home devices from your watch if your phone is not close to you. All these features are a nice to have, and they have delivered on some of those promises, and I say some because 8 months later we are still waiting for the zoom enhance feature. At this point, I expect it to be on the Pixel 9 or even the Pixel 9 Pro come October. And while these updates are good in the overall grand scheme of things, the performance has left a lot to be desired. For one, the AI features like circuit to search or even magic editor and the likes take some time to work their magic. The camera also has shutter lag, so if you want to take multiple pictures of a person or an object or a sport, you have to do it one after the other. It also takes a few seconds to process each picture, so when you have all those things combined together, the camera experience isn't exactly the best. And speaking of not being the best, Video Boost is also on the Pixel 8 Pro, and Google kind of made this look like it's going to be on par with the iPhone 15 Pro Max, when in reality, it's not really there yet. Don't get me wrong, there is a difference between a regular video on your Pixel 8 Pro and when you put it through Video Boost, but it is not enough because Lord knows I have not used Video Boost once since I started using this phone. Probably maybe because of this video that I did that, but that just goes to show that Video Boost is not exactly the feature Google thought it would be. Now, there is a discourse that Google should switch to Qualcomm and make the Pixels one of the best Android phones with having that Snapdragon chipset, because if we're being honest, it is the performance that holds back this phone. But I think Google will still stick to Tensor for about a year or two and see how it goes. And I don't really blame them. It is certainly cheaper from a business standpoint. It is why they can afford to give us 7 years of software and security updates. But it's not all bad though, because the battery life here is also pretty good. Of course, it will differ from person to person, but take it from someone that has a high screen on time, the battery life here has been pretty awesome. I do end my day with about 7 or 8 hours of screen on time, and of course, it could be better because everything can be better, but the question remains, how will the battery function in those 7 years that Google will be sending updates to this phone? Only time will tell. Okay, let's talk about the cameras, and without a shadow of a doubt, I believe the Pixels are some of the best phones to take your pictures with, because you don't really need to think about the angles or even sometimes even lighting, because the image processing software does all the work. Now, even though sometimes it does overcompensate by sharpening those images, it is still pretty good. The ultra wide lens is up there and adds a bit of depth than last year. Low light images are also good with rich color and dynamic range. Video is also good, especially if you have a good light source. Where it begins to lose its quality is when the sun sets. You begin to notice a lot of grain with each shot. However, if you apply Video Boost, then you begin to see a different quality entirely. But like I said, I don't really use it that much because honestly, I just don't care. The Pixel 8 Pro is a weird one. It is almost an enigma when you look at it critically. You'll never hear iPhone users or even Samsung users say there is no clear difference between the S24 and the S24 Ultra, or even the iPhone 15 or even the iPhone 15 Pro Max. But with the Pixel, you hear that constantly. A bigger screen, a bigger battery, or an extra camera lens is not enough of a difference to justify the Pixel 8 Pro's price tag of $1,000. Now, I need the Pixel 9 or even the Pixel 9 Pro to have a clear difference that people won't even be able to question it, because if not, I'll be here again to just tell you guys to get the smaller Pixel 9. Shame, really. Thank you guys for watching. A like and a sub to the channel would be great. My name is KJ, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.